All right, good morning. Welcome to grade 8 mathematics. And I'm trusting that we're going to conclude inequalities today. Yeah, we're going to be concluding inequalities today. So let's take off from the tasks you were supposed to do. And I remember saying that in today's class, we will try to write out all the equations, or rather all the inequalities, and then you will go ahead to solve them. So I will verify what you have done, and after that, I'm going to give you close to 10 minutes to solve everything out, and then I'll come to do the conclusion with you. All right, so exercise 22H. In each question, first make an inequality, then solve the inequality. So there are two things. You have to make the equality and then to solve the inequality. So number one, if 9 is added to a number x, so I start with x and I add 9 to it, the result is greater than 17. So that's the first one. So I guess you should start to make arrangement to solve that now. Number two, if 7.3 is subtracted from y, I start with y, I remove 7.3. The result is less than 3.4. So that's the second one. Question 3. 3 times a certain number is not greater than 54. Let the number be x. So 3 times x is not greater than, that means it's less than or equal to 54. Question 4. 5 times a whole number, 5 times a whole number, x. 5 times a whole number is subtracted from 62. So 62 first minus 5x. The result is less than 40. Question 5. X is a whole number. If 3/4 of x is subtracted from 1, so that's 1 minus 3 over 4x. The result is always greater than 0. The result is always greater than 0. Number 6. A man gets a weekly wage of X naira. His rent per week is what? 800 naira. 8,000 naira rather. After paying his rent, he is left with less than 20,000 naira. All right, so a man gets a weekly wage of X naira. His rent is 8,000 naira. And after paying his rent, he's left with less than 20,000. So that's that. Question 7. A book contains 192 pages. A boy reads X complete pages every day. A boy reads X complete pages every day. If he does not finish the book after 10 days, find the highest possible value of X. A book is what? 192 pages. A boy reads what? X pages every day. If he doesn't finish the book after 10 days, find the highest possible value of X. Now, the number of pages is 192. So it means that he has 192 pages. Let's start. But sometimes with some of these questions, I want to advise you. Sometimes getting a statement may not be straightforward. So what I advise is start gradually, pick it up before you finally write it out. So this is one of such I will have to take gradually. Now, 192 pages minus X 10 All right, okay, I think I get this one. It's very clear. I didn't see it. It means that 10x, if it doesn't finish the book, it has to be less than 192. That's it. Remember, they said that he does not finish the book. So it has to be less. 10 days times the number of pages he would read must be less than 192. Do you understand? So that's for that one. Number 8. A rectangle is x cm long and 10 cm wide. Find the range of values of x if the area of the rectangle is not less than, it means greater than or equal to. So that will be 10x greater than or equal to what? 120. Question 9. A rectangle has a base of what? Its length what? 6 cm and an area of less than 12 cm. So it means that what is the formula for a rectangle? Half the base times the height times the height. The height is h. Of less than will be less than what? 12. So it means that what? 3h will be less than 12. That's the equation for that one. Question 10. Last month, a woman had a body mass of 53 kg. She reduced this by x kg so that she is now below 50 kg. Last month, a woman had what? A body mass of what? 53 kg, all right? She did what? She reduced this by x kg. So that she is now below. That means her weight is now less than what? 50. Her weight will be what? Less than 50 kg. All right? All right, so start solving these ones. I guess you're already solving it. Okay. So let me continue with 11. Okay, let me just quickly finish that. In 11, it says a rectangle is 8 cm long and b cm broad. Find the value of b if the perimeter of the rectangle is not greater than, which means it's less than or equal to 50. And not less than 50 is and not less than. So this one is a very interesting question. Yeah, we're going to have two different equations here now. Now, a rectangle is 8b is less than or equal to that, or 8b is what? Greater than or equal to, is not less than, that's greater than or equal to what? 18. So you're going for question 11, you have two equations. All right, so take note of that. Oh, is it? No, sorry, it's perimeter. So that will be 16 plus 2b is perimeter, so it will be 16 plus 2b. Why? Perimeter is length plus breadth times 2. So that's why that is, question 11 will be like that. For question 12, the sides of a triangle are x cm, x plus 3 cm, and 10 cm. If x is a whole number, find the lowest value of x. So it means x plus x plus 3 plus 10. All right, okay, I think I understand. right. Okay. I understand what they want you to do in this question now. Yes, you have to solve the two equations in question 11. Yes, there are two narratives there. All right. Let me adjust question 12. Question 12 is saying the sides of a triangle are x cm, x plus 3 cm, and 10 cm. If x is a whole number, find the lowest value of x. Now, for this to occur, x will be less than or equal to 10, or x plus 3 will be less than or equal to 10. Okay, well, let's leave it at that first. I will confirm whether what I've done there is right. I have a few doubts about what I've done there, but I'll confirm that shortly. It's a whole number. All right. No, let's leave 12. Let me leave 12 first. I'll need to analyze that one very, very well. There's something I'm seeing there that I'm not very comfortable with. All right, question 13. Okay, beautiful. There's a hint here. Fine. I didn't read that. The sum of the lengths of any of the triangle must be greater than the length of the third. The sum of the length of any two sides. Okay, beautiful. This has helped. It must be greater than the length of the third side. All right, what are the sides? You are giving x, you're giving x plus 3, and you're giving 10. So if I take x plus 3, it must be greater than what? 10. That's one. If I take x plus 10, it must be greater than x plus 3. I see that. If I take x plus 3 plus 10, it must be greater than x. He said the sum of any two sides of the triangle must be greater than the third. So that's it. So the question says, find the lowest value of x. So you test all of this. Hope I got that right. The sum of any two sides must be what? So this plus that should give me that. This plus that should give me that. This plus that should give me that. All right. So you look at which of those possibilities will make sense. Only one of them will make sense there, and that's that. These ones may not make sense mathematically. So you wouldn't use these two. So you're going to use this one. As a mathematician, you must look at all your possibilities. So question 14. In question 14, it says, or rather, is that 13? It should be 12. Sorry about that. That's 12. 13. An isosceles triangle has sides x, and 9. If its perimeter is less than 24, and x is a whole number, so x plus 9 will be less than 24. x plus 9 will be less than what? 24. All right, so you have to do that. That's that for that. Question 14. On a journey of 124 kilometers, a motorist averaged less than what? 60 kilometers per hour. Will the journey take more or less than 2 hours? Will the journey take more or less than 2 hours? So that's the question you're being asked. On a journey of this, remember that the speed is equal to the distance the person is covering over the time he is taking. That's what we know. So he's averaging 120 kilometers. All right, okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So if he covers 60 kilometers per hour, it will be equal to the distance is going to, that will be 120 divided by, what is this x? Let's call that x. 60 kilometers per hour is doing less than this. It's doing less than this. So it means that if it's doing less than this, this will obviously be greater than this. It will be greater than. Because if his speed is dropping, if this is dropping, it means that he's spending, if the time he increases. Okay, fine. See what you're going to do for question 14. See what you're going to do for question 14. On a journey of 120 kilometers, a motorist average less than. So it will be 60 kilometers less than what? 120 over what? X, whatever that x is. So solve for x and see what your x will be. So whatever x is in hours. So whatever you get as your answer will now tell you, give you an idea whether it's going to be less or more. All right. Question 15. Don't worry, we're going to discuss shortly. I just want to get everything right first. A student cycles a distance of what? 63 kilometers in less than 3 hours. What is the average speed? 63 kilometers in less than 3 hours. What is the average speed? Now, speed here again is equal to distance over time. So if it's averaging less than, if the time is dropping, now watch the argument now. If the time is dropping, the speed will be increasing. If the time is dropping, the speed will be increasing. If the time is increasing, the speed will be dropping. If it's covering the same distance, speed and time are not, they are not direct, they are inverse. If you increase the speed, you will spend less time. If you reduce the speed, you will spend more time. Do you get it? All right, so that said, I will now all right, so I'll read the question and I'll answer them. Question 1, exercise 22H, question 1. In each question, I'm instruction now. First make an equation, then solve the inequality. So first make an inequality rather, and then solve the inequality. Number 1, if 9 is added to a number, the result is greater than 7. Find the range of values of x. Good. So x will be greater than what? 17 minus 9. And x will be what? Greater than what? 8. So that will be the answer. Someone is asking, how could you didn't say subtract minus 9 minus 9? At your level, I know you should have done, you know that very well now. So question 2, you know you're going to grade 9 now. And there are some things I will not be asking so much. So
telling you.
I expect as well now.
Yes.
All right, so for question 2, it says 7.3 is subtracted from y. The result is less than 3.4. What is the number? Y will be less than 3.4 plus 7.3. And y will be less than what? 10.7. Right? So that takes care of that. Question 3. Say find the range of what? Y. So that takes care of that. Question 3. 3 times a certain number is not greater than 54, less than or equal to 54. So it means that x will be less than or equal to what? 18. Find the range of values of the number. Good. That settles that. Please read the questions very well, because not in all the questions you're required to do this. In question 4, 5 times a whole number x is subtracted from 62. So 62 minus 5x. The result is less than 40. Less than 40. What is the number? Now it means that 62 minus 40 will be less than what? 5x. Meaning that 5x will be greater than what? 22. So x, I'll divide both sides by 5, and x will be greater than what? 4 whole number 2 over 5. All right. What does the question want us to do? It says 5 times a whole number. So if you solve and put this, your answer is not correct. Now, a whole number, I'll come to this way. I will not use that my dot method. Is greater than, so it must be 6, 7, dot, dot, dot. That's question 4. Good. It says find the 3 lowest value. Anytime you are dealing with greater than, you will be concerned with lowest value. Anytime you are treating less than, you'll be concerned with greatest value. Let me come again. Maybe when you're listening to this again to make a whole lot of sense to you. Anytime you're dealing with less than, you're concerned with greatest values. Anytime you're dealing with greater than, you're concerned with what? Lowest values, right? So for question 5, x is a whole number. If 3/4 of x is subtracted from 1, x 1 minus 3/4 of x, the result is always greater than 0. Greater than or equal to, it's always greater than 0. That's greater than 0. That's what it will be. It will be greater than 0. So what does this mean? I multiply through by 4. I'm going to get 4 minus 3x greater than 0. So 4 will be what? Greater than 3x. Meaning that 3x is less than what? 4. 3x will be what? Less than 4. All right. I won't clean this part of the board because I still need some things there. So I'll come here. And that will give me 3x less than 4. I'll divide both sides by 3. I'm going to get 4x less than one whole number 1/3. Now remember they said that x is a what? Whole number. So look at this, 1/3. X is less than this, meaning x is not, you have 2, you have 1. X is not 2 because it's less than. X will start from 1, so x will be equal to 1, 0, -1, ... These are the possibilities of what? X. Since x is a whole number. I hope you know that the whole number can be positive and can be negative. All right. So that takes care of that. All right. So let's solve on. Wow, time has gone. Question 6 says x. What's the question? It says a man gets a weekly wage of x. His rent is what? 8,000 naira. After paying his rent, he's left with what? 20,000. Right? He's left with less than 20,000. What is his salary? Okay. Find the range of values of x. Okay, fine. This one is straightforward. X minus 8,000 will be less than 20,000. So which means that x will be less than 20,000 plus 8,000. And that will give you x less than what? 28,000. So x is less than 28,000. Right? Now question 7. A book contains 192 pages. A boy reads x complete pages every day. If he has not finished the book after 10 days, find the highest possible value of x. Highest possible value of x. So let's look at question 7. It means that 10x, 10 times the number of days, must be less than 192. You see what I was telling you, that if you're dealing with greater and less than, you'll be considering the highest possible value. So divide both sides by 10, x will be less than method 20. So the highest possible value of this will be this, because they have said x less than. So x will be equal to what? 19. So that's the highest possible value of what? X.